Hello and warm welcome to all of you. Dear students, today I am here with the part 6 of economic chapter number 2, people as resource. In previous two lectures, we discussed that how health is important determinant of quality of population. Even in the last lecture, we discussed the features of Sarva Shiksha Abhiyan as well as policies of government for higher education. Today, we are going to discuss how health is an also important determinant of quality of population. We know that educated and healthy people are an asset for the country, and unhealthy and uneducated people are liability, responsibility for economy of the country. So this way we can say that health is an important determinant of quality of population. Healthy people are able to contribute more in growth and development of any country. For example, all the business activities, all the manufacturing and production activities are done on maximum profit. So, do you think any firm would be induced to employ people who might not work efficiently as a healthy worker because of ill health? You know that unhealthy people, due to their illness, they are not able to work more. So, these people or these workers are not employed by any business firm. Because of their low health condition, they are not able to contribute more in production. This way, unhealthy people contribute less in growth and development of any country. The health of person helps him to realize his potential and ability to fight illness. Good health condition is helpful to fight against illness. The person with a low health condition easily becomes the victim of illness. Because of low health, they have low immunity. So they become they easily become the victim of illness. Unhealthy person become a liability for an organization indeed. Suppose in any business firm or organization, unhealthy workers are there. So these unhealthy workers, they become liability, responsibility for the organization. Health is an indispensable basis for realizing one's well-being. Henceforth, improvement in the health status of the population has been the priority of the country. These unhealthy workers are not able to contribute more in production, so they become the liability. That's why improvement in health status of the person, health status of the population is the main priority for any country's government. That's why Government of India has introduced health policy for the improvement of the health status of the people of our country. Our national policy to aim at improving the accessibility of healthcare, family welfare and nutritional services with a special focus on underprivileged segment of population. Government of India has introduced national health policy for the people of our country, and the first feature of this policy is the policy aim to improve the accessibility of healthcare and family welfare. Means government trying to provide health facilities within the reach of lower section of the society. By providing them health facility, government want to provide them family welfare program. So first feature of national health policy is the policy aim to improve the accessibility of health facility for the lower section of the society and for their family welfare. Second feature of this policy is to improve the nutritional services with special focus on underprivileged segment of the population. In our country, large portion of the population, they are not able to get nutritional food which is required for the growth of the people, which is required for the good health status of the people. So second feature is that this policy aim to improve the nutritional services with special focus for underprivileged section of our country. Number 3, it has improved the ratio of nurses, doctors and beds in the country. In current situation, all of you are aware about the health facilities in our country. In this pandemic situation, we are facing shortage of beds and other equipment as well as doctors, nurses and hospital in our country. So the third feature of this national policy to improve the ratio of nurses, doctors and beds in the hospitals of our country. The number of nurses doctors and beds are available in our country are very low. So national health policy try to improve the ratio of doctors, number of nurses, as well as number of beds in the hospitals of our country. So these three are the features of national health policy of our country. Over the last 5 decades, India has built up a vast health infrastructure and has developed manpower required primary, secondary and tertiary sector in government as well as in the private sector. That's why with the help of government sector as well as private sector, India focus on more to develop good health infrastructure for the people of our country. On the next page, table 2.2 is given, and this table describing us the number of health infrastructure of our country. In 2010, 11, 12, 13, 2014, how many number of primary health centers are available in our country? Dispensaries, hospitals are there, beds are there, registered allopathy doctor, even the number of nurses. All these descriptions are given in table 2.2. But here my question is to you, all these health infrastructure are enough for populous country like India? These numbers are very low. These numbers are not enough for country like India. There are many places in India which do not have even these basic facilities. Even in our country, in rural area, in remote area, in mountainous and forest area, basic health facilities are not available. So these people, they are deprived from a basic health facilities nowadays also. There are only 381 medical colleges in the country and 301 dental colleges. Even number of medical colleges and dental colleges are very low, very less in our country. Just 4 states like Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Maharashtra and Tamil Nadu have maximum number of colleges. And out of these numbers, maximum colleges, medical colleges and dental colleges are located in 4 states of our country: Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Maharashtra and Tamil Nadu. So by these numbers and by studying the table 2.2, we can say that we have to do lot in the field of health of the people of our country. The effort of the government are not enough to providing even basic health facility to the population of our country. Here we are discussing health as an important determinant of quality of population. When the people of the country, they are not getting even basic health facilities, for them. So you can imagine the health condition of the people of the country. If we want to utilize the manpower of our country, first we have to provide them education and health facilities. If they are getting education, if they are taking the benefit of health facilities, these manpower turn into educated as well as healthy population. Because we know that unhealthy and uneducated people are responsibility for economy, and they are not able to contribute more in growth and development of the country. India is blessed with vast manpower. So if we use this vast manpower by providing them education and health, these population turn into educated and healthy one, and they are able to contribute more in the growth and development of our country. Here I would like to discuss three important terms. Number one, IMR. IMR means infant mortality rate. Infant mortality rate refers to the number of deaths of infants. Infants means little one. Of infants per 1,000 live births in year. Again I am repeating, IMR refers to the number of deaths of infants per 1,000 live births during the year. Second, birth rate. Birth rate refers the total number of live births per 1,000 people during particular period of time. Birth rate is the total number of live births per 1,000 people during a particular period of time. Number 3, death rate. Death rate refers to number of people dying per 1,000 people during particular period of time. Death rate refers to number of deaths per 1,000 people during particular period of time. With this, I would like to conclude my today's lecture. Inshallah, we will meet again very soon with a new part of the chapter. Thank you very much.